Hello. Welcome
Hello.
to Tea Time Podcast. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 8:39 p.m. at the date of this recording. Shit, let me get this out of the Okay. Fuck. Alright. So,
Date of this recording.
yeah, we got a little different format going on.
I am your format.
First of all, Brandon, aka Shrekler, can't see us because he's a stupid fat fucking pig.
Mm-hmm. Good format.
Second,
Who said that?
DJ says his webcam
Was it you?
quality is better than ours.
It fucking is.
Third of all,
As to do with
DJ,
your
I can
internet,
count them
stupid
fucking
idiot.
pixels. Anyway,
Listen,
third of
DJ,
all,
you have no ping to your
Jake is
own
here.
webcam?
Quit hitting the fucking microphone. Third of all, Jake is here, and we actually have a schedule, like a list of what we're gonna talk about.
I thought we did that every time.
Some stuff's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah, I
offensive,
wasn't here last time.
and by that I mean almost all of it will be offensive. Although some of it actually relates to gaming this time. So things are
Like
kind
it
of
should.
So we're gonna start out by talking about Jake. And his
Jake.
list.
I'm sorry.
So
No, I'm
Nick
not.
the Pirate over here. He
Oh.
did old people on my channel, which I doubt are watching. But if you have, thank you. Also, if you're new, I did a lot of old stuff with Jake, like skits and stupid shit.
Like fucking each other's anuses. Just that.
Exactly.
Stuff.
But I mean, he's here now. He's here. He's right here.
The flesh and blood
Right
and
where?
beard.
Can't
Although
see him.
Brandon can't see because Brandon's blind. Yeah.
I
Alright,
see
so
that-
Brandon
I
was
see
in a
that
really
lone
bad
circle.
accident. What?
See that loading circle?
Yeah.
For all you know, Brandon, I may not even be here. Oh yeah, DJ's mic or DJ's
Now,
fucking webcam
Yeah,
quality
no.
is so much better.
Fuck you.
Everyone's getting to see this.
really,
I can't even see my own
And probably
webcam.
like white balanced on his fucking skin.
Oh.
Oh my god. We gotta have one black friend at least. Anyway, speaking of black friends, let's talk about Ferguson.
God damn it.
That was a good segue. So, DJ doesn't want to talk about this subject, even though he's the only one in this group that has a right to talk about this subject. You see that?
I believe in equality, and I think we should all be able to talk about things.
No, I mean legit though. I share opinions with DJ on some of it. But I don't want to talk about whether or not who was right, who was wrong. I just want to talk about rioting and why
Rioting?
people riot. Why are
Why
people rioting? In
Well, you
Ferguson
see,
and all
Charlie,
around?
people get angry about things, and whenever they get angry about things, they want to hurt stuff.
I can't take
The
you
light-
seriously because the rebalancing of your freaking webcam, dude.
It does that shit. I don't know why. Oh, okay, that's off
Wait,
topic.
Brandon, can you see us now?
No.
You just said. You just
What?
mentioned what was wrong with DJ.
Welcome to the Tea
Okay,
Time
I
Podcast.
can't see you guys.
Oh, that's fine. Anyway, but rioting. But, like, the thing, DJ, is, yeah, people get mad, but there are people rioting there that don't know what the fuck they're rioting about. Like, just like at what is that, Occupy Wall Street? A couple years ago.
There was also the
What?
Occupy Atlanta.
That's true.
What just happened?
What?
Oh, I don't know. I think my internet just shit for a second because DJ's like making. I don't know if he's making faces or trying to talk.
No.
No,
Is DJ's
DJ's
internet
quite-
going up?
Yes.
I can hear him, but he's not moving.
He's not moving. Brandon, now you're doing it.
I hope I
Oh
froze.
my
I
God.
froze in a good position. What's happening? Don't take people.
It's the
Oh, God.
fappening.
There's a problem with the call, folks. We will wait. We should have talked about the family. We're not talking about the family.
Can we? Please.
What?
We should have.
Yeah.
We should have.
Brandon, please load. Alright, there you go. Now we're just waiting on DJ. So let's continue while he's not here because he's gonna get fucking Jim in this butthurt about it. Anyway. So, like, rioting, I don't agree with it. I agree with peaceful protest, but I don't agree with rioting. Also, Michael Brown was a thug. Let's move on. Does story matter in video games? What?
Oh no, well, nothing this year. Also, Michael Brown was a thug.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I want that.
I
Okay,
want-
there you
Hello?
story
Hey, DJ.
story does matter in video games. What matters is the way it's delivered.
Okay.
What just
Before,
happened?
before you move on to the next topic,
Hold up.
Hey,
Hold up.
what just happened?
Hold up.
No, shut up, Brandon. We're trying to figure something out here.
Alright, look. No, it's not my friend.
Well, yeah.
What's
Shut
your
up,
mic?
DJ. I don't know. It's not coming back. Oh, this episode's in ruins.
We're gonna have to restart it, man.
Let's start
No,
over. and
Fuck
completely
it, we'll
drop
do
the
it
first.
live.
I'm gonna take a dump. Well, JK.
Please help us.
What's happening?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't turn off my webcam.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, it's still recording.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll
Let's
do it
come back.
live.
So the story
Does story matter in video games?
The story
Wait, hold
matter
on.
in
Before we
video
move on to that, I just want to say, since I dropped, I just, like, all I heard was, like, occupy one, and then fucking cut me off. So finish what you said.
games. No, I already finished it.
We're
Shit.
moving on, DJ. Alright, so does story matter in video games?
I'm
Yes,
at
story
games.
matters in video games. It depends on
Problem
how the
solved.
story is delivered.
Oh wait, can I talk?
No,
Please.
Brandon, you can't talk. I'm not done yet.
You sound like fucking Carl Sagan. How story is delivered.
And on this week's episode of Through the Wormhole,
It's Morgan Freeman. Quit hitting the microphone.
It sounds like a disgusting porno through the wormhole.
Through the web.
on this week's episode of Through My Wormhole,
Okay.
I should watch it.
Through the
Now-
hole.
I'm not gonna shout out any game names, Destiny, but
What if it
some
was like
games-
a freaking like Doctor Who tunnel, and then at the end it's like a wrinkly butthole, and you come out and you go straight into a fucking toilet.
let's
Alright,
make
go
this.
on.
Okay,
That's the
well,
end of the show.
You gotta have a couple poop jokes.
I got a story we could tell, Charlie.
Nah. Anna
Okay.
already told me her experience.
what?
So let's just keep going.
What? You're
No.
gonna have to tell me about that later.
It was a setup. Alright,
God,
let's
we
keep
planned
going.
that.
Another episode, Brandon. Different episode. Does
Okay.
story matter in video games?
Now,
We've gone so
Determines.
far off this topic. Brandon, please share your
It's-
information
it's
and why
a
you're
different-
wrong.
it's a difficult subject because I used to think it did. Like I used to be story matters, and I used to make fun of Jake for playing Destiny, which had a poor delivery on its story.
Almost
and
like
then
a
I
spoon,
realized-
right?
I play a game.
You play a game that doesn't have story in it.
I play a game called World of Warcraft, and I do not pay attention to the story whatsoever, and I still
Yeah,
enjoy it.
I never read the quest lines.
I don't. I only know like Gul'dan, he's bad. The orc dude
Shout out to another YouTuber.
or
I actually
drank
watched.
stuff that made them green, but they didn't drink it because they're time travelers. And there's
Yeah, will you explain that to me? I still
Oh,
don't get the Warlord thing.
Explain what?
The fucking the Warlords of Draenor thing. How the fuck they time traveled? And is it time traveling?
Well, you see, yes, it is. It's alternate
So, like-
universe time traveling. Because what happened was, Grommash was put on trial after his crime,
Yes.
and then holy shit,
Thrall's best friend.
and then. I just gotta laugh because that fucking DJ said earlier we were making fun of him, and then this shit happened.
What? What is it doing?
at least we're not rebalancing every 3 seconds.
Yeah. So anyway, so
Yeah,
Grommash escaped from his trial. Big fucking
Yeah.
surprise. And he hooked up with this dragon, which is of the bronze dragonflight, which can change time and shit, named Korstraws. And they went back in time to an alternate universe, built up the Iron Horde, and then created a portal to the current Azeroth. And they invaded, and then we went through that portal, and it's just like going back in time in an alternate universe.
Fellas, if you tell that story to a chick at a bar, you'll get laid.
DJ, you asked me.
All
I
right,
know.
but here's I can think of 3 games where you can play it and have just as much fun without knowing the story. These are the 3 games off the top of my head: Destiny, League of Legends, World of Warcraft.
Please do not group League of Legends with Destiny or World of Warcraft.
You have
League
not
of
even
Legends
played
is
it.
garbage.
Jake, you played League of Legends once.
I
on
have
level
played
1.
it once for an extended amount of time.
Once for 30 minutes. Oh.
No.
The games last way fucking longer than 30 minutes. Alright, the League games either go on for an hour or 20 minutes. Every fucking time.
Hearthstone story doesn't really matter.
Hearthstone
Hearthstone
doesn't really have
story
a
is
story.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
Warcraft's a
it
story.
doesn't. It's kind of just Warcraft story, but
No, we should talk about
well, no,
mom.
Hearthstone does have a story. It's got
the old
the
Yu-Gi-Oh
new DLC.
series.
Shut up.
Anyway, moving on.
Dragon.
My white eyes fuck
White
dragon.
eyes, fuck dragon. Okay.
Obelisk.
Alright,
I had that
shut
card
up.
actually.
moving on.
I think I had like the left leg.
So does story matter in a video game? Let's create a final conclusion.
A consensus, if you will.
Brandon, does story matter in a video game?
There's no yes or no answer to this.
There's no
Well,
point.
I'm asking you
Give
for a
your
yes or no.
opinion.
Slightly.
It slightly matters.
It's more enjoyable to know the story.
So I'm taking that as a yes. DJ, does story matter in a video game?
Kind of.
I'm taking that as a yes. Well, I mean, I
Well-
say yes, so it doesn't even matter what Jake thinks.
No, but no, I'm
but
saying
I
like
say yes.
I mean
Yeah.
like it matters, but it doesn't matter. Like it makes the game better to know, but at the end of the day,
I
it
think if
doesn't
it's a
matter.
MOBA, people download the game to play with their friends and then just keep playing. They don't give a
But
shit if their story.
I don't. But so it's like same way with World of Warcraft. Or not everyone, but for me, I don't care about the story. I mean, I do enjoy
You
the
just
story.
said you.
Like I enjoy
you,
the story,
dude.
but I really don't care about it.
What?
Like I never read any
Shit.
quests.
What?
The only
Perfect,
things
huh?
like I pay
But
attention
yeah,
to
like
World of
I see
Warcraft
what you
are
mean,
like
Brandon. You're like not reaching like every single quest line. It's like, ooh, I wonder what Gul'dan's
No.
gonna say next.
I don't need read every single quest line. I
If it's-
watch a guy on YouTube named Novel.
if it's voice acted, then yeah, I
Yeah.
I pay attention to the
Yeah.
quest.
It's interesting.
But then again, I don't like having to like. I mean, I don't like having to go and like I want to know what's happening. YouTube.com.
Okay.
I mean, League's the
Now-
same way, but League doesn't matter in order as World of Warcraft. Like
Let
you
me-
can play the game and have just as much fun without the story, so it
Okay.
doesn't matter.
So let
Well,
me
kinda.
bring up a little point here. Before Brandon rudely interrupted me 17 times. So, how would you feel about a game such as Dark Souls that has an apparent storyline, yet is not actually, provided? It doesn't provide you with every grueling detail that it gives you room to speculate.
I'm glad that you said like I like this like, but that game like it's not really answering your question, but it. I'm missing a way where like you could enjoy that game and not have a clue about the story. You could just be I'm killing things. You could enjoy that game. It's difficult. It's difficult to enjoy that game. But
Okay.
No, it's not difficult to enjoy it.
it's not. It's difficult to be good at it. Very easy.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
Dark
hell
Souls
yeah.
is just hard.
Super fucking fun though.
Dark Souls
But-
is purposely hard.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you don't need to know the story to enjoy the game. So then it's pointless.
Okay, so what was that? You want to bring that up when we get?
When we get to our next topic, I would certainly like to bring up something about a new Dark Souls game being released.
So let's go ahead and move on to that then. Xbox.
But wait, hold
versus- What?
I think the consensus should be some games the story matters. Like a game like
No,
to me
the
like Fallout.
The vast majority of games, the story matters.
Yeah, I agree.
I
with
would
that.
say.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Because MOBA's
But
just a
some
small
don't.
genre.
MOBAs
And
and like
MOBA's
on
story doesn't fucking matter. in none of
MOBAs
them.
and MMOs.
It's
and-
competitive esport games. They don't matter.
Like Call of Duty.
Exactly. Nobody
Well, I
gives a
mean,
fuck
like
about
World of
story.
Warcraft story doesn't matter. We've
Or
been
Dota.
Yeah, it
and-
does.
and-
The game's all about story, dude. It's
It's-
an MMO.
I don't know the story,
Just
and I
because
enjoy the
you
game.
don't listen to the story doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
But I
Okay,
enjoy the
you're-
game just
you-
as I enjoy the game just
yeah,
as much.
it's true. You do.
So it
because
doesn't matter.
It's still the same thing. It's just there are people who enjoy it more because they listen to the story.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that's every game. Like League, Dark Souls, you enjoy the game more if you know the story. But,
Okay, but
if
there's
you don't,
a
it doesn't
difference.
matter.
Because League, you have to like go outside the game to find your resources. But with Dark Souls, it's given to you through
That's
item
true,
descriptions.
Well, League, you don't have to go outside. Some things you do,
Yeah,
but
you
not.
do.
It's
No,
co-
it's
like
in the client, but I'm saying
completely-
like
it is in
the
client,
story's
but
the story's
game
not
is
given to
sitting
you.
in the
Like yeah, the
menus.
story's not given to you, but yeah, like the story doesn't matter in League, but it doesn't. I'm saying it doesn't matter in WoW, even though it's given to you in WoW. I could
WoW,
not know.
the
I could
story is
not
everything.
know. I could not know the story
But you're
and still enjoy the
experiencing it.
game.
You're still experiencing. The
Well, you're
story.
technically still
Right.
experiencing the League story because it's
Mm,
technically.
okay. So who are two friends in the storyline? Like who are two best friends in League champions?
Timo and Tristana.
So if I play Teemo and somebody on the enemy team plays Tristana, that we're against each other, that's not following the story.
Well, in League, they're kind of
You would
mercenaries.
never see that in World of Warcraft because it's not a MOBA.
well, yeah, but then
No,
again,
bullshit,
there's
'cause
like
the Alliance and the Horde are working together in Warlords of Draenor.
not necessarily.
Yeah, they are.
It's never stated that they are. They do
All
in
right,
some cases.
so-
they do every expansion.
hold on, the story matters. Yes, because
Okay.
you can enjoy a game more, but if we're saying it doesn't matter, like it could be discluded and the game would still be fun. I'm saying like, wow, like I don't like, yeah, I'm playing the story, but I don't know what the story is. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying it. That's not me paying attention to the story, so the story doesn't matter to me.
Well, in that
And-
case, story doesn't matter in any games.
Yeah, but some games they do.
No,
mean, that's-
because
that's
every
fine.
game you can
It
play and you
doesn't
can
matter.
enjoy without knowing the story.
Telltale
true.
games are an
Telltale
exception
games
to
are-
that though, because they're literally just
Because
story
they're all
games.
story.
Yeah, they're just story. There's no action to them.
But on the same point, that's what World of Warcraft is. It's just put in an MMO environment. Because if you ever play Warcraft 3, what World of Warcraft's based on, it's all story.
That's a different game still. I'm saying if you can play the game without knowing the story and still enjoy it, then technically the story didn't matter.
Okay, let's let the
Maybe.
viewer decide. Let's just move on.
It's all opinion.
Like that you
Yeah.
said viewer.
What?
So when
I like that you said
when
viewer and not viewers. Or-
when oh god, when moving on to this next topic, I'd like to open up this discussion. The whole
State what it is, though.
the whole of this is going to be Xbox One versus PS4. But first, I
thought it
want
was
to start with the
You know my answer.
the finally. It's been long awaited, the next gen release of Dark Souls 2, in the form of a pretty much a new game. It's called Dark Souls 2: Scholar of the First Sin. So we're finally reaching the end of the lifespan of the last gen consoles. Thank God they're holding us back.
Consoles in general are holding us back, buddy.
All right, hold
Amen,
on.
brother.
Hold on.
Amen, brother.
Let's not stray from the topic.
It's cost affordable.
So in this
Let's not
next
get offended,
gen,
says Jake.
in this next gen release, it's going to allow for more multiplayer capabilities. It's going to allow for better graphics because of the time constraints From Software was on and had to downgrade their graphics for the last gen. It's going to allow for better stability in multiplayer, rebalancing, more NPCs, better storyline, and all the DLCs included with it. So, in summary, what I'm trying to say is, I was going somewhere with this. So what? Oh, and I might add the fact that you could purchase the game on PC before, but to get all of this new stuff, you have to repurchase the game, which
Tasty.
People probably aren't happy with.
oh well, I don't care because I don't play PC. Oh, so anyway, Um, what I'm trying to say is, in the Xbox One versus PS4 debate, if you had to pick one of the consoles at their starting prices, Xbox One being $350 or PS4 being $399,
Why not their
which
current prices?
that's their starting prices at the moment is what I mean.
Oh, I thought you meant it's because they just changed it, so I thought you were...
If you wanted to buy Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, you wanted to buy the next gen version, which next gen console would you buy? Xbox One or PS4? And
I get a
don't just
PS4.
do not just consider price, you must also consider everything that comes along with it, including features of the console and features of the memberships you purchase with the console.
I kind of have a biased and unbiased opinion, because I have a biased opinion in the sense that I already have a PS4. But I would buy a PS4, but in the same sense I love Microsoft, I love Windows, but the Xbox One is a complete fuck up.
Exactly.
I would not say that, but I don't give a shit about any of the exclusives on the 360 or
One?
Xbox.
The one!
Yeah.
But DJ,
So
he was number one.
So, like, the
he
thing
was
is...
number one.
Alright, Xbox was not a complete fuck up, the Xbox One. The thing is, PS4 was such a greater improvement off PS3 than Xbox One was off Xbox 360. That doesn't mean that, let's say, Xbox 360 was already better than PS3, because I don't believe that. I believe the PlayStations have always been better. And when you look at the games that they release now, the PS4 is leading in how games look and graphics and all that. They're leading right now, because, like, of course the Wii U is always going to be in the very end, and then the Xbox One is in second place, and PS4 in graphics quality and all that, it's beautiful. Still not up to PC standards.
My opinion's a little... My opinion... Can I give my opinion, bud? How about it?
Well, but wait, before you give your opinion, I want to play the devil's advocate here and say that, well, you know, now that Microsoft has lowered the price of the Xbox One, it is now past the PS4. It's past the PS4 number of sales, like number of units sold. So would that sway your opinion in any way?
Now, let me say which one I would prefer. My opinion's biased for several reasons. One is because the console I grew up with was an Xbox, so I would just stick to that. And then second of all, I prefer Xbox controller. Like, I used to have a PS3. I didn't like the controller, but I bought a special controller that had the analog sticks not on the same level. I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah, it was, nobody really liked the PS3.
I would get an Xbox One just because that I've always played Xbox. And I'm more familiar with the interface, and that's what I started on.
Once again, I'd like to throw in a point real quick, is that I owned both of the last gen consoles at one point. I owned a PS3 and an Xbox 360.
As did I.
And just it's not necessarily the build quality, but the quality of the system. I understand the Xbox 360 had party chat and better like online stability and everything because, you know, you had to pay for the online, which is perfectly okay. I wasn't opposed to having to start paying for PlayStation Plus, but I preferred, first of all, the PlayStation community. Overall, console community is just horrible. Everyone's a terrible person that plays console, even myself.
Everyone in general is a terrible person.
Yeah, pretty much. Every gamer has at least one terrible thing about them.
I think League of Legends people are pretty nice.
Alright, Brandon, I'm about to get up and just shoot myself. But anyway.
Imagine the League community on Xbox with League was on Xbox.
Now...
You feeding fat.
Shout out to Smite.
Now, okay, let me continue. But, so I've owned both of the last gen consoles, and I owned the Xbox 360 since it came out up until like 3.5 to 4 years after, and then I bought my PS3. And playing both of the consoles, I knew the clear choice for me after seeing the release of the two new next gen consoles that the PS4 was going to be superior. But that was when they had all of the DRM and Microsoft was just getting greedy, you know, and all their restrictions. Yeah. But once they took those away, that still didn't make me want to purchase the Xbox One anymore.
Because they tried it in the first place.
Possibly because of moral reasons, yeah, but you have to play the PS4. The interface may not be Xbox quality, but the interface is workable. It's certainly not an issue.
Well,
I feel like the gameplay, it's not smoother, but to me it's more pleasing to the eyes, because I prefer a darker contrast, and that's what PlayStation has. I don't like my eyes to be burned out when I'm playing a game.
You can
so
just-
I mean, really, it's like I feel
Plus,
like it comes
PS4
down
has
to like
skins.
they're not the same thing, but they
See,
kind of are, and it's just
and-
like your small preferences at the end is what matters.
And with this,
And a lot of people, like,
what I
sorry to
hate-
interrupt you, but a lot of people is just like whatever they started with. I started with the Xbox, so I just kept going through the Xbox series, and some people started with the
Yeah.
PlayStation 1, so they kept going with that.
I just say
there's-
it's fucking like.
And then
whatever.
there's Charlie's brother who started with the GameCube.
I started with the
It didn't start
GameCube.
with the game.
Yeah, I
I-
did too.
I
But,
started
go
with
on.
the GameCube, and then I
Bob.
took the PlayStation route.
I started with the PS2.
I
And,
started with the GameCube, and then I bought a Wii, and it was the worst $400 I spent in my life.
oh, well,
No,
allow
Buster,
me
the Wii was fucking
oh,
badass.
I
allow
did
me to
not.
make a point here. I also prefer Sony just because my uncle actually had business connections with Sony, and that kind of swayed my opinion a little bit because I felt like they were more personal than Microsoft. Microsoft just seems so far away, but Sony is everywhere. Sony does a lot of things other than their gaming.
So
And
does Microsoft.
I like the company of Sony. They do entertainment. They do video, like recording.
Sony is love. Sony is life.
I like.
Oh,
I mean,
they
I
also
like
do
both
audio,
companies.
audio like devices, like such as headphones and as me and
And
Charlie,
TVs.
me and Charlie are both using a Sony headset of some form or fashion.
They're
because
amazing quality.
But the-
Sony TVs, and Bravia TVs, since Bravia is pretty much Sony. Let's be honest here, as far as I understand. Probably be corrected, but I like Sony because they do a lot of things, and I understand Microsoft makes Windows. Yeah, I know.
But
and Windows
should-
is great, but
Should that sway your opinion though on
Well, I
which is
like-
the better console at the end of the day?
well,
Should
at
that
the
like
end of the
actually?
day, you know
That's
my
not
opinion
so-
anyways.
The thing
because-
Yeah, I'm just saying, should that though?
should
Microsoft,
it? No.
Microsoft is going to have probably, and I don't have any real basis behind. Well, I kind of have a basis. Microsoft makes Windows. Their consoles are probably going to run on a better operating system. Sony makes, like headphones, audio equipment, all this stuff. They're probably going to have a better console. What makes
That's-
up the console, the microphone, the controller, everything, because they're more experienced in that. And yeah, the Xbox controller is, people prefer it, people don't like it. I personally don't like it. Brandon personally prefers it. I don't like having my fingers on two different levels. It confuses me. I mean, I'm a mouse keyboard person in general, but
You can hook up a mouse and keyboard to it.
it's true. You've been able to do that on the old
Yep.
consoles.
Well,
Yeah.
let me
Okay.
say that what Charlie is saying is true, though. The interface of the Xbox One and just Xbox in general has been better than PlayStation because that's what Microsoft specializes in. They have an operating system that most of everyone runs off of, unless they're homosexual. But
Now hold up,
but
that's offensive to some viewers.
you know what? Maybe you should have thought about
I
that before
offended.
you invited me to.
Well, they're probably Mac users.
Yeah, probably. If you're viewing this
And
on Mac,
consoles.
throw it off a bridge. But anyway, Sony has better,
Or-
experience in the sound and video department. So their console's gonna look better by a very small margin. It's honestly not
Except
visible.
recently, the
It's-
games have been much better.
It's not really. I mean, it was at the beginning of PS3, Xbox 360, like that whole run. You could tell the difference in the games, and then it thinned out, and now it's kind of starting to branch off again. To just like a normal person, it's not going to look that different. I personally like a darker color base to my games. I don't like details to pop. I guess that's just me. I like to look for things.
So, I could say like the consensus. It's really just down to whatever your like small preferences are.
right, like you said, and I agreed. I do agree with that. That's true.
Or just whatever your friends are playing.
Well, none of my friends play PS4, but I still stick
PC
with
gaming
PS4.
master race. PC gaming master race.
But like, if you haven't bought a new gen console and like all of your friends are over on fucking Xbox One, you might as well buy an Xbox One to play with your friends.
Well, I mean,
Or
I had
vice versa.
friends that I knew were gonna transfer from PS3 to PS4, and I still play with them, but that was like, what, 4 or 5 people, and then, of course, you guys know Tyler. Tyler purchased a PS4 as well. Look what I put.
That was a good guy.
Yeah, he is. But
YouTube doesn't know.
I think we should start to wrap this topic up because we've been on it for a good
Yeah.
15 minutes.
So the general
Alright,
consensus is whatever your preferences are, really.
It's personal
my
preference.
my whole thing on it is end the console war. There's no point because it's
You know-
always going to come down to preference. And I think that's the same with PC to console because
Now let's be honest.
no,
be honest.
shut up for a minute. So I do agree PC gaming is superior, but I prefer a controller in my hand. I like Sony. I'm gonna purchase their product, and I would purchase a PC, and it'd be fine and great and all, but it costs a great deal at the beginning, and then
Does
you
cost
have to upgrade it along the way after it starts to
If you want a system, alright. If I spend, how much is PS4 right now?
$400.
If I spend $400, I can run GTA 5 on amazing graphics. I would have to spend twice, maybe 3 times that much to get a PC to run it at amazing graphics.
Was it you,
Same.
Jake, who told me that PC gaming is the rich man's sport?
Oh,
It
well,
is.
Like golf.
someone else said that, but I did full-heartedly agree with it. And I mean, I'm not gonna say, like, oh man, I'm super rich, I could buy a PC if I wanted to, because I can't, I mean, I'm not strapped for money, but I'd like to spend my money on other things before.
I think I said that.
But, so, because I'm a musician, I have to put music in there, and I have to buy a new instrument. But, so in that, I could purchase a PC for what I could also purchase an instrument for, but I prefer... See what I'm saying? I could rework my priorities and buy a PC, is what I'm saying. But, for now, I think the sensible option for me is console gaming.
Yeah. Well, what I'm really waiting for is I don't know why this hasn't happened yet. I don't know like the technical things you'd have to do to make this happen. But why can't, like, for example, like Call of Duty, why can't PlayStation players, Xbox players, and PC players all play on the same server together?
Diablo 3 was my prime game that I wanted that for. I wanted cross-platforming for Diablo 3 because that game,
They failed us.
let's be honest, it's a great game. But if cross-platforming was a thing, it would have been that much better
Would've been
because
amazing.
then I would have been able to play with you and Charlie and whoever else had Diablo 3. I would have been able to play with all of you, and I would have been able to sit at the comfort of my own PS4. But
So,
let's start to
Yeah.
wrap this up.
yeah, we should probably move on. I skipped the topic that we were originally going to do. It just doesn't matter. I don't think it matters to our audience. But something we are talking about now is this week, at the end of this week, pretty much everybody from the BCNS Games channel that has ever been on the channel, except Saxon, he is not going to be able to make it at this time.
And some haven't been.
Huh?
And
Oh, yeah,
one
and some that hasn't been. Jesus, man.
I'm
Are
sorry.
going to be getting together, so we might be doing some videos. We might do another podcast all in one room. That would be amazing.
I think we talked about doing Star Wall. That would be really fun.
I mean, it's whatever. We're going to be together for a short, long, I don't really know, period of time. We're going to be doing things. It's going to be fun. So more on that. That's just a very quick thing I wanted to state. So you might see some videos come out of that. Hopefully, it's not the first time we've done it, but it's the first time we've done it on such a huge scale. But the next topic relates to this because what we're doing is we're getting together and we're watching all of the Hobbit movies. We're watching 1, 2, which we've already seen, but some people haven't, Jake. So we gotta watch them again, which is gonna take half our life. And then we're gonna go see the new third Hobbit movie. And we're really looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. And we got Bryson. He's trying to pull some strings for us to get in for reduced price or something. Because it's expensive to get like 9 people into a movie that just came
90
out. What, DJ?
$96.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. And that's just tickets. So. We'll probably talk about the Hobbit. Do you guys have anything to say about that?
No, I'm just
I'm
excited.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
I'd like us to do a video.
I'd like to see
like
us all get in that theater. Oh yeah, we could do a vlog. I got a camera that I
We all also have
acquired
smart.
under shady means.
How did you acquire this?
Do I know where you
I
got
sold it
this?
right in the
Yeah,
street
you-
corner.
Yep.
Somewhere. Here it is. So I got a camera. I'll bring. I got my phone camera and stuff, and I'll edit together some videos, put some stuff out about that.
I'd like us to do a tournament in some game.
Yeah, that would be fun.
All right, you know what? I like that you said that because we said this exact same goddamn thing last year. You said, guys,
Yeah.
we should have a tournament. And I fucking organized the entire thing. I made a goddamn spreadsheet of the games that we were going to do. I made a goddamn Minecraft arena.
Let's be honest, DJ. How long did that take you?
Like 3 days.
How long would that have taken someone who put effort into
I put fucking effort into that.
it?
Ow, that hurts.
DJ, it was a cobblestone like square, wasn't it?
No, like, you haven't even seen the fucking arena that I made.
Well, if it's anything like the last
That is-
one, I
Hold up, I want to bring something up. So if we're gonna do a tournament of some form or fashion, it's
Rise of
gotta
Nations.
be a game
no.
that's you know,
Yeah.
accessible to a PC newcomer. I mean, I've played PC games before, obviously, but you know, I'm a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to
forget the-
film. Jake and I made a deal.
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
we
play the
did.
new Call of Duty if he plays a game of League of Legends.
No, you have to play 2 games of the new Call of Duty.
Ah!
The games are so short. If I play
Oh.
1 game of League,
It's true, bro.
Okay.
That seems fair.
That's a deal. It's right here, right now.
Call of Duty's
Um,
not bad.
All right, the next topic
DJ.
is food in schools right now because this actually
Food.
relates to us. This probably relates to a lot of you.
I'm in school.
It turns out this might be astonishing to you. A lot of schools are not following these new food regulations because it's not required. You could lose funding if you don't do it, which is why our school does it, because they get more fucking money. So, it's awful. This food is fucking gross. It is disgusting. Some of it's not too bad because our school just kind of throws salt and stuff and doesn't say anything about it. But, I mean, like, it's in, like, for us, it's in high school. It's not, we don't have to experience it that much longer. Just another year. But one of our teachers that Jake and I share, I'm not going to say her name, but one of our teachers, yeah,
Well, I
that's right,
share.
Brandon has her too, yeah. She's told stories about her daughter coming from middle school every day and just being hungry. Because it's small portions of just awful food nobody wants to fucking eat. And I mean, school lunch is bad enough, because you have to be able to make it cheap, make it a lot, and for a bunch of people. So of course it's not going to be, something you'd want to go to school to eat.
Yeah,
But,
but it should be edible.
yeah, it's just awful. The bread is like rock. Everything is disgusting.
I'll give
and
our
right
school
now they're
credit.
taking it to court. It's awful.
I'll give our school credit. Not all of our school food's bad.
No,
But
chicken
then again, like,
sandwiches are good.
Like they kind of like we've started to stray away from the regulations because of like, I don't know, like people like schools are just rejecting them. Just like no.
Yeah.
no, but
And hold up, real quick, while it's on my mind. They do it for funding, but our vending machines were what got us money, and they've gone downhill. We've actually probably lost money on this because people can't buy good food in vending machines. It's all like low fat shit like that people don't want. So, and like Brandon and I do a store, and we can't sell
We all do
certain
a
things
store.
till after school. Well, yeah, that's right. We all 4 are part of it. But I was just thinking because Brandon and I actually have a class in it.
Yeah.
Next semester.
But, yeah, that's right. Do you have it next semester?
no, I have Spanish too.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but there's so much money actually lost because you can't sell food people want, and people aren't buying this healthy, quote unquote. So, what's the point if you gain funding, but you're probably actually losing money? What were you gonna say, Jake?
I don't remember entirely. It probably wasn't something too riveting. Not gonna lie, knowing myself.
Because you can
Classic.
do shit with fucking government money. You can't do that much shit with
Well,
a
I'm just
dollar
gonna
that
say,
a high schooler got
we're
from his
starting to stray from the regulations because it's not supposed to have any salt in it. But some of the stuff we eat tastes like you're going to India and licking the salt flats and everything. It's
Alright.
crazy. They're
Alright,
like
well,
making up for all the salt that
honestly,
they did not use now.
my mom said like it's not really the food that is an issue. It's the like if they want kids not to be obese, give them longer recesses and don't mess with their food. Just portion their food correctly and give them like longer recess,
It's true.
like for like younger ages.
Like
Yeah, dude, I want recess.
when my mom was in school, in elementary school, she would go to a class in the morning, have breakfast, and then have recess. And then she would go back to her classroom, and she'd be in there for like an hour, not like an hour, but like 2 or 3 hours, and they'd go back out and have recess. They'd have recess like 3 times in the day. And these were like 20 to 30-minute recesses. They were big deals. But when we were in elementary school, we had like, 20-minute recess once a day?
If
Yeah,
that,
it's like 15, 20 minutes.
And I'm pretty sure they took it away.
At one point, yes.
Yeah.
It's gone. Middle school goes class all day.
I can understand like high schools not having recess
Yeah, 'cause
because
I
for
don't
high
wanna go
schoolers
outside.
we're just gonna sit there.
Yeah.
But for
Okay,
like
let's go.
I'd say everything like below that, even like eighth graders and things, they should still get recess, even if they're not doing anything. They should have the opportunity because kids go out
Should
there
go
and play
outside.
football.
Well, no, I'd like to have a little. I mean, we have break. I'd like to have a little bit longer break because it seems like I walk up to the store after chemistry and talk for a minute, and then breaks over, and I have to go sit in U.S. history and fall asleep.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, no, not anymore. I'm gonna change it up, and now I'm gonna have.
Now you're gonna have a boring
I'm-
class and then go to
Yeah,
the
now
store and
now
then
I'm
go
gonna
to
have math, which is terrible. Break, and then I'm gonna have AP English, which is gonna be equally
I think I
terrible
have
or
math
worse.
with you. Who do you have for math?
I have
Does it start with an N?
no, it does not.
Oh yeah, I have it with Brandon.
I have it with Francisco.
Oh
You might have the same lunch then, I think.
yeah.
Well, I've got second lunch again because I have
I don't know what I have.
Spanish. I have Spanish third block.
But anyway.
Oh well, wait here about this shit.
Um,
Talk about this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it needs to go away. Just flat out. It was a bad idea. It might have looked good on paper. I don't know what the fuck kind of paper they were writing it on because I could
Wrapping
never
paper.
see it work. Yeah, like fucking like rolling paper or some shit, and then they smoked it. But I mean, it's just an awful idea, and they're fighting it right now in the court. And I don't know what court. I've just heard they're fighting
Well,
it because a
when
lot of
20
schools just aren't doing it.
when
So what's the point?
2017 rolls around and we have our new elections, I feel like it'll be a lot easier to push ourselves out of this crap that we're dealing with.
I feel like it will
say
be a
2016?
topic that somebody is going to run and say, I will get rid of this in schools.
And then they
I will bring back food that is fucking alright. Not good, but it's not bad like it is now. And they're going
Right.
to do longer recesses and bigger,
No, that
like,
won't
things
happen,
for
but-
people. I think it will happen because it could it happened before.
But
the
I don't-
problem was they're
sense.
pushing people because they think that other countries are beating out America and all this shit, and they want you to learn as much. But taking 20 minutes away, 40 minutes of extra class, not a big fucking deal.
Well, we could, one of the most successful countries on this planet is Finland and their education. Because the government in Finland isn't in such a deficit that we are, and they actually give you like a grant to go to school. It's not like crazy amounts of money, but they give you a grant to go to school and you can purchase your books and everything. But Finland actually leads in education. Not, like, if I remember correctly, China is like the smartest country on the planet or something, but I don't
Finland
remember,
trusts their
honestly.
kids, though.
But Finland is
China's
really
in a hole, though.
Finland's actually doing fairly
China.
well, and we could model ourselves after them if we weren't in such a hole already.
Thing is, we shouldn't be the country modeling. I do agree with you, but it's sad that we're at the point where we consider modeling after another country.
When
Because
we
America's
for-
been brought up that people should model themselves after us.
for how many years we've been the country to
Yeah.
like we're going to reinstate like a democracy in this place that was formerly fascist or communist.
America.
We're gonna fix this place and we're gonna make it like America and it's gonna be great and prosperous, and that's all perfectly fine until you know how the cycle of economics works and you have great prosperity and then you have a recession, and after times of great prosperity you have the worst depressions, or recessions technically speaking.
Like, we just came out of a bad reset. We're not technically out of it, but
We're coming out of it. We're
The
going
housing
into
crisis.
we're actually going into a prosperous time.
which is good because at our point in life, it's a good point for us to be picking up.
But
But at the same time, it could be
and
bad.
possibly even our late 20s, we're going to be
My
hitting
bad.
we're going to be hitting another recession once again, and that's going to be the worst time
It's
for
a
us.
cycle, and if you can prepare for that, if you can keep up with these cycles and say, all right, things are starting to look like they might start going downhill, so I need to save more, then you will be perfectly set. You'll be
I know
fine.
where
The
you got
trick,
that idea.
the trick is,
It's true. It is true. It's
if the
quite
American dollar is about to drop, exchange it for like a euro or something,
Or a
or a Iraqi dinar.
simple.
sponsored by Iraq.
Iraqi
Sponsored
diner.
by Iraq. We bomb you. Too soon.
Bomb you before you bomb us.
So
That's
we pretty much
racist.
just went from talking about food in schools, and now we're talking about how our government. We're talking about economics, really, at this point.
Because, well, that brings up another
That's
thing.
how
Like,
conversations
at
work.
our school, there's a 60% poverty rate, and I thought about this because it's kind of like the Social Security system. It can't go on because our school right now is at a 60% poverty rate. So those people get free lunch, but like for me, I don't get free lunch because there's a requirement, and I'm not at that poverty rate. And there's nothing wrong with somebody getting free lunch besides it doesn't work, because now my food has gone up. Like last year, it was like $1.60 a meal. Now it's like $2.10. That's a big fucking change. Every
Yeah,
fucking day.
I put like $10 in.
Not to mention
on,
our lunchroom is like doing
Monday,
shady shit.
and I'm already out of money.
Yeah, sometimes the lunch ladies at our school just charge you fucking twice.
They
No
do.
fucks
Like,
given.
that's not even a
fucking
joke.
true. And it can't go on because it's just going to get worse and worse and worse because they're running out of money. So they have to charge people more, and then they're not going to want to buy food because it's so fucking expensive. I've never seen so many people bring their own food. Not only because of the Michelle Obama policy, but also because, like, the price is going up with us because of the poverty rate.
Legit, I
it's
could
all
go to,
gonna
like-
collapse.
I could go to like McDonald's or Subway and get an unhealthy, tasty meal for
would
about
fill
the
you
same
up.
price as our lunch.
Exactly. It's fucking ridiculous.
And at this point, like
I was learning about
the
that.
poverty rate, it's hard to change that because you'd think, oh well, if the poverty rate's bad, then these people can be getting all these government benefits, and yeah, that'll help for what, a year, 2 years, and then our whole government starts to get shaky underneath that because the money's not there to give people, but they're giving it anyway, and that's where we kind of got ourselves put into this whole multi-trillion-dollar debt. Is with our foreign policy being absolutely shitty, our our domestic policies amongst Social Security, which isn't a bad thing if used properly. Sure, the elderly people should have something to fall back on because they're retired. They don't make the same money they used to. So it's good to have that Social Security for those people that need it or people that are disabled and can't work. Like whether it's a temporary or it's a permanent thing. If you can't work, you can't work. I mean, then you gotta survive somehow. I can understand Social Security in that sense as well. People that are they do nothing and they sit around on their asshole all fucking day and do nothing and get paid government benefits for it, that's what upsets me.
And then, like that pisses I'd assume it piss DJ off too. Like it pisses us off because we actually have family members who are in those situations where they can't work. Like they actually have to have that. And then there's people who could work but they don't, and they get paid for doing nothing.
And now I just want to bring something up. I want to address the stereotype because there are a ton of minorities that do work. They do good work, and so I'm not trying to bring this up as a racial thing, even though I kind of just did. Sadly,
You said minority, it became racial.
well, yeah, but
He said,
there
"I wanna
are.
bring
I
up
know.
stereotype."
I know so many lazy white people. They're sitting at home right now when they could be working, and they're just they enjoy themselves sitting at home making nothing of their life. It's sad, really.
I agree with you.
It's another thing. Like
Can we go back to making dick jokes?
Actually, one second. I want to eliminate. Go ahead and eliminate the stereotype because stereotyping isn't really an effective way to pull ourselves out of a bad situation. It's just making us hate each other in this bad situation. I mean, I'm not all about world peace and everything, but
I don't think it's possible. World peace.
as long as the Middle East is divided up the way it is, there will never be world peace. But anyway, let's not get into that, actually.
And that's crazy to think that like the Middle East is such a big
Fucked
point
up
for
place.
that. Because it's like all like most religions started around that area.
Right.
And most not
The
well, yeah,
three-
most people follow a religion, so it's like
The biggest religions, most of the, I mean, I don't remember where Judaism ranks in
it's one of
world
the
numbers.
lowest.
I think it's
one of the lowest.
I think it's
yeah.
like fifth,
Mm-mm.
fifth or sixth.
It's
yeah.
not one of the lowest, is it?
Yeah,
It's a pretty large religion actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty. It's like the one of like the
Hold up.
But
original, the foundations of Christianity.
Religion by population.
he's looking. This. Well, thanks.
Look up
Guys,
religion
that's
by
on the recording.
population.
List of religion population.
This is major religions ranked by size.
Okay, well,
because I know that Judaism is not near. It's dropped such a huge amount.
well, while you're looking at this, I want to go ahead and bring up. You got over there. You've got Israel, which is predominantly Jewish, surrounded by Middle Eastern countries that are predominantly Islamic, and we all know that the Islamic people and the Jewish people have a very, very long and bloody history amongst themselves. And I just feel like as long as Israel is where it is, which you can't change the location of Israel because it's holy ground to them. I only say to them because I don't want to. I want to keep this completely objective, but the Islamic people hold that ground to be holy as well, and there's disputes over that land. There will never be 100% world peace because of that. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Also, what I found, Christianity is number one with 2.1 billion people. Islam is 1.5 billion. Secular, non-religious, agnostic, atheist is 1.1 billion. Hinduism is 900 million. Chinese traditional religion 394 million. Skipping a couple, like skipping maybe 6 or 7. Judaism only has 14 million. And think of how much conflict. It's not their fault, but how much conflict, hatred, anti-Semitism has caused. And it's only 14 million people. Granted, it was a lot more at one point.
Well,
but
I want to bring up something else. You've seen the size of Israel, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know how much power they put out?
Oh yeah,
They are,
if not the best military.
They have one of the greatest, most powerful military forces. Besides, the U.S. and Russia, they're always going to be powerhouses. Russia is not as much as it used to be because
pure size.
Russia's reeling
Okay.
right now. Actually, I've from
Really?
what I understand, I feel like Russia's shaky right now.
Oh, yeah.
Their economic standing overall, just their governmental standing is kind of shaky. I feel like I read that somewhere recently, but
I think so.
just as long as you've got that kind of military power, but you've got also Islamic groups willing to do whatever they can to weaken that power, you're going to have a war going on. And the United States is obviously going to step in because we support Israel. So, just something to think about here. We talked about food from schools, or food in schools. We went on to economics, and now we're talking about world peace and religion. So I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people hate us now because we're talking about religion so objectively.
Well, we're not talking about the specific beliefs in religions
No,
necessarily.
we're
so I
talking
mean,
about it objectively though. Like,
So, as much
I
as
mean,
I
I'm not.
hate to say, I think we should wrap this up.
I think didn't we have what other topics?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Bill Cosby.
I think we'll drop
Bill-
that topic.
We don't want to talk
'Cause-
about Bill Cosby.
No, we are
No,
talking
the point
about
of
Bill
us
Cosby.
talking. None of us know what to talk about. Brandon just wanted to talk about it.
Give
Yeah.
him the
I don't know the whole story. The whole
Did
Bill
Bill
Cosby.
Cosby rape a woman? Was it like 40, 50 years ago, and she's just now saying it?
No, there are like 15 other women.
Well, of course. Whenever it was said Michael Jackson apparently touched kids, there were like 15 other kids that lined up
All right, so let's talk about the new
or that worked.
hot
There's
topic
also
about
a
Bill
super-
Clinton and his secretary.
Knock, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know if that's true.
I mean, that it's
You
just
mean Monica
just
Lewinsky?
developing. It's a story that's just
Yeah.
now developing. But
Also, Hitler died recently.
really,
Did you see about that?
really, what did you? I heard.
Guys, did you know we beat the British?
Do you know we won our independence?
Yo, niggas, there's like this meteor that's out there, and I don't know about you guys,
But I feel like the dinosaurs are gonna be.
but I think my dinosaur's gonna die.
Yeah, them
I
dinosaurs
think
are
the
fucked.
knights killed the dinosaurs. Wait, please,
No,
we have to
there's
share
no-
this
I
story.
swear we've talked about
There's
this
no
before.
there's no dragons because all the
Not a
Templar
podcast.
knights killed them.
All right,
I was
Wait,
thrown
this-
across a room by
It's
some
obviously
pure
the
magic
assassin.
force.
damn.
It's true.
All right, so we should tell this story about this overly
I told that one
religious,
and also the
non-secular teacher at our school
story.
when we're in a secular system in the United States. By the way,
Dude, we live in the Bible
Doesn't-
Belt.
we're in the Bible Belt, yeah, but we're still a secular system. Our government is secular.
No, okay, I just got you guys away from fucking religion. I'm not going back to that shit.
I just played
Pueblo story.
I feel like DJ's a Jainist or something. He's like,
Fuck is a Jainist?
oh, they're terrible.
I like third wave feminists.
Please,
I'm
let's
gonna
have.
find a way to bring it up. No, seriously though, we need to end this
I can
because
repeat.
this is getting pretty long.
So,
Pretty
Bill Cosby.
long like Bill Cosby's dick when he raped women. But seriously, let's move out of there. We should.
Oh, wait a second.
Did
you see that triangle there?
No,
Zoom in a little
please don't. I'm not doing that.
Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati.
Hold on.
Tardy.
Does anyone remember Little Bill?
Oh, yeah, I
Show?
remember Little
Yeah.
Bill. I am Little Bill.
Little Bill, you don't remember that show? The little black kid that like lived in the hood of Detroit or something? I don't remember the story honestly.
Fucking black kid.
I'm thinking of it. I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
He had
Never
like
even
the
heard
little
of that.
fucking baseball cap. The red baseball cap.
Yeah, he was bald as crap.
So it's a
He had
blood
a-
gang member.
He had red sleeves, I think, and like a
Yeah,
yellow shirt
orange
that had a
shirt,
bee.
red sleeves.
He had a bee on his shirt,
Yeah, for Bill.
and it was written in red, so it was for blood.
Of course. Blood
Hold
king.
on, fucking, I'm gonna look
Oh
up
no,
the
he didn't
picture.
have red sleeves.
Oh
had-
my god, I remember.
He had
this.
one purple sleeve and one teal sleeve. That's
No,
it.
I pulled, I
that's-
pulled it up on the so people could see it.
he had different outfits, I do know. He most definitely had different outfits. Hold on.
Jeez. Why? Why does this exist? I remember this.
Oh my god, he does have a purple sleeve and a green sleeve.
It's teal.
Bill Cosby touched the kid.
I fucking remember this shit now.
Look,
Hey,
Bill
I wanna-
Cosby's gonna die, man. If he was a rapist, then fuck him. But I don't think he was.
I want to bring up something because someone said something about Michael Jackson touching kids a while back, and I was going to say something about it, but I forgot. But now I want to bring it back up. That Michael Jackson ceased to live on my birthday. I think it was
And
like
it
June
sucks, 'cause
June
Everybody's
25th.
gonna remember your birthday for that reason.
Who cares? Is June
That's-
25th like 2008 or 2009 or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't like Michael
2009.
Jackson's music. I didn't appreciate his music. I didn't respect it. I don't like pop music. So
I liked his
that's-
music a lot.
That's just
Anyway.
my standing. I don't want to talk
All
about
right.
music.
Can this be your thumbnail?
Oh my god, I remember that.
It has nothing to do except for the last 5 minutes of the video.
Alright, fine then. Shit. Fuck this.
All right.
Hey, battery critically low. Hey, LMAO. Alright.
That should be alright then. Anyway, seriously, wrapping
Alright.
this shit up.
So I just wanna bring up something. If you felt my opinions were very valid in this episode and somewhat valuable.
I like how we can see Brandon playing League.
What?
Oh
No.
my God, Brandon, you haven't been a part of this.
No.
I'm playing World of Warcraft right
Playing
now. What?
Fucking League. Look at this.
What are you talking about?
I
full
can see it in your window or in your mirror.
All right, Charlie. Full transparency.
Everyone on YouTube
this
can
entire
see
podcast
that you're
I
not
was
even a part of
playing
this anymore.
World of Warcraft.
Well, the Illuminati.
Brandon
Oh,
doesn't
right.
care about viewers.
Hey, I'm trying to.
I don't care about fucking religion.
DJ,
Well, I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
end
have
it
to
here
spin
before-
someone.
We can
That's
crucify.
fucking
No, wait,
fair.
DJ, make a triangle. We'll end it there.
I'm not doing the fucking Jay-Z. Alright. Anyways, I forget the
That was-
hotkey to end this video, so
That was the Tea Time Podcast.
unprofessionalism coming to whatever. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.
All right.